Should you appeal your unfavorable hearing decision, or should you just start over? I'm Jonathan Ginsberg. I'm a Social Security disability attorney representing clients throughout the country. And I get this question frequently from people who email me for case evaluations. They've received an unfavorable decision and they want to know, should I try to appeal it or should I start over again? And the reason for the unfavorable, it could be any number of reasons. Could be that you didn't have a lawyer. Could be you had a lawyer that you feel didn't do a very good job. Maybe evidence was not submitted on time or evidence was simply missed. There was missing information. You thought the judge was unfair. Just in general, I sense sometimes a lot of frustration from folks who got an unfavorable decision, didn't think it was right, and say, I just want to start over again, start fresh, and get a different take on all this. And I would tell you, if you're in that situation, to proceed very, very carefully and very slowly, because starting a new application and appealing, very, very different consequences, and it can make a big difference both in terms of the type of benefit you get as well as how much money you get. First and foremost, if you start a new application, you do not appeal, then basically you're giving up any claim for benefits prior to the date of your unfavorable decision. And that means that you cannot go back and relitigate the question of whether you were disabled before the date of your unfavorable decision. In fact, when you file a new application, whatever date you claim is your onset date, the Social Security Administration will use the day after your unfavorable decision as your effective onset date. So for example, if you filed a disability case in 2020 and you alleged an onset date going back to December of 2018, you had a hearing in March of 2021, and you have an unfavorable decision issued on April 12th of 2021, and you decide, I'm going to start over again, you cannot go back and allege an onset date back to December of 2018. In fact, your onset date will become, in this example, April 13th of 2021, the day after your unfavorable decision. That's the new starting point. And the problem there is that, again, you're giving up tens of thousands of dollars of past due benefits, and more importantly, the medical evidence needs to be new and significant as of your new onset date. Again, you don't get a second bite at the apple, as it were. So if you go to a second hearing, the judge, first of all, it'll be the same judge unless you've moved or the judge has retired. So you're going to have the same judge who's going to look at that unfavorable decision and say, what has changed? And the judge will look at your file and say, okay, well, I recognize you had some problems before, again, going with our example, April of 2021, but I've already made a decision. It's a thing decided that you were not disabled before April 12th of 2021. So what has changed as of April 13th of 2021? Have you gotten older? Maybe the grid rules are impacted if you turned age 50 or age 55, so the grid rules have been impacted. There's a new MRI, there's a new medical condition, you were in an accident, you had a stroke. Any of those things could be a legitimate reason why something has changed, but if you go back in with basically the same facts, the same medical record, you're going to get the same result. You don't get another bite at the apple because you have a new attorney or because you're trying all over again. So my feeling is if you're going to start over again, there needs to be something really significant, an MRI that shows a new problem or shows a problem that was not identified before. Again, you turn 50 or 55, there's a new diagnosis. And I think especially if you just got an unfavorable decision and you want to start over again, it's going to be really, really hard, again, unless there's something really, really new. So my advice is if you have an unfavorable decision, you have 60 days to appeal. Ask your lawyer to look at that case for possible appeal. Are there grounds for appeal? Or if your lawyer does not do appeals, and realize that ALJ hearing practice is very different than appeals counsel practice. So if you don't have a lawyer that does appeals counsel work, then reach out to a lawyer who does. And there's a couple of lawyers I work with. I've done some appeals counsel work, but for the most part, I'm too busy to really stay with it because it's really a whole different practice area in many ways. I refer out to one or two lawyers that I know that do mostly appeals counsel work, and if they feel like there is a grounds for appeal. They'll help draft the appeal. I'll review it. I'll make some changes. We'll file the appeal. And many times we're lucky we're able to get a remand going back to the judge to review the situation all over again, at which point we can submit our argument, we can submit any new evidence there is, and get another chance to review the disability case based on the original onset date. So you cannot file both an appeal and a new application. It used to be you could. Now you can't. You got to choose either a new application or file an appeal. But I would say before you say I'm just going to start over and start a new application, have somebody look at that unfavorable to determine whether or not there's any grounds at all to possibly pursue an appeal to the Appeals Council. This is Jonathan Ginsberg. Please visit me online at ssdanswers.com. I've got a free Secret Swing Disability Survival Kit. You can also ask me for a case evaluation, and if you need referral to one of the appeals lawyers that I work with, please reach out to me there as well. So for now, please give this video a thumbs up on YouTube or like it on Facebook, and let me know if you have any questions, and hope to talk to you soon. Thanks a lot. Hi, this is Jonathan Ginsberg, and I hope you found this video helpful. If you'd like to know more about how to win your Social Security disability case, I'd like to invite you to download my Secrets to Getting Approved Early Survival Kit that I created just for people like you. Currently, I'm making the Survival Kit available at no cost, and I encourage you to grab your copy now. Some of the topics I cover include: how do I know if I have a case? Is it the right time for me to file my claim? 9 common mistakes that can doom your case. The 3 must-have arguments you use to win your case. And a topic that every disability claimant wants to know: how to avoid trick questions from the judge. If you or a loved one need to win Social Security disability benefits, you'll find the Survival Kit essential reading. Download your Survival Kit right now and at no cost. Just visit ssdanswers.com/survival and sign up. It's that easy. Please act now. And as always, I wish you the best.